I think I saw this same post, the statement Eduji just brought about my appearance at the review committee.
You went there yesterday?
I went there yesterday.
22nd?
Yes.
Okay.
I was not aware of 21st at all.
You weren't?
No. My assistant in the constituency called me. I think this was around 11:12 to ask if I was on my way.
When?
Yeah, on the 21st.
Which was
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Yes. Because he lives in the constituency, yes.
To ask you if you're on your way?
Yes.
Where?
To the if I was coming.
Okay.
To the review.
Okay.
And I said no. They indicated 25th. I was because on the day they didn't give me any paper or anything. So I think on the day I was hearing 25th. So I was not aware of any review on Tuesday. So it was upon his prompting that I called. And then they said, well, it's a process, right? It's not just that one day, but then they will do it 22nd and it carries on. So if I could be available on the 22nd, then they would hear my case. And so that's it. And I went there simply just to listen to what they have to say. In fact, the point Eduji is making, and I think my MP, Honorable Ablaji Fagomashi, made the same point on her Facebook page. The guy who challenged me was there. He came. He was there. So it's not as if he wasn't aware. I wasn't aware it was supposed to be on Tuesday, so I found out, and it was scheduled for that Wednesday. So I went to fully represent myself. If I didn't go there, then she can impugn that certain things have been. But I drove from Accra purposely to go and do that. When I didn't know it was on Tuesday, now it's on Wednesday, I went. So he lives in Aflawo, so between me and him, who could be disadvantaged about notification and who could be readily available, comparing the distance between us to the center. So that's really not the point. But you see, I hear Sabi, and I'm amazed how he's seeking here to be reading things from books and all of that. The idea I want to establish for him is that I made a decision consciously to rectify a problem. And in fact, this is not an issue that is local to me. And I just don't want to go into that. There are instances where I've heard people, since when I came to learn about this, there are other people who have that similar situations. But I am just determined to get my name on to fix a problem. Right? And if you are talking about the intent and all of these, somebody who goes to misrepresent himself to do, that's criminal. I am registered duly. I have my ID card. I've gone through the processes, what I have to do to make sure as a citizen I'm on the voter. There is no doubt about my citizenship. I took the legitimate steps to be on the register. So what are you talking about? I have invested time. I took my entire family to go there and register in 2020 for everybody to be on the voters roll so we can vote. And you sit here, you are talking, I say, you're just
referring to the law.
Yeah, but I agree.
Richard, 1 minute. The CI is clear.
Yeah.
That when it comes to verification, it can be both biometric
and manual.
But first of all, your name must be on the roll, the register. Then if your name is on the roll, but you are unable to be verified biometrically, they can then do the manual verification and you are good to go. In the case that you have told, you've narrated to us, your name was not found in the register, which means that you cannot even...
it was printed in ink. I've given it to you.
No, his name was not found in the register. Yeah. So you could not even be manually verified. Because to even take opportunity of manual verification, your name should first of all be on the register. Then if they move to the next step of biometric, and your biometrics cannot be authenticated, then the law allows for a manual verification. In your case, your name was not found on the register at all. But so how then would the Electoral Commission allow you to move to the next phase, which is a manual verification?
Which was, that was a verification done. And you see...
Now the point that is being made is that the law that governs the process
that verification
does not support what was done in your case.
No, that verification was done.
No, that verification can only be done by the CI.
Yes, I'm just saying that
the verification, the manual verification can only be done if first of all your name is found in the register. So the name must be in the register. Then you move to the second stage, which is a biometric verification. If the biometrics don't work, then there can be a manual verification.
I'm just saying to you that that verification was done. The challenges with the whole process, I think that others can explain. But for me, as a legitimate voter, But the point I'm trying to make to you is that at the point I arrived at the police station to vote, I had taken every step to be on that register. So the person who bears the responsibility to ensure, having done my part, my name is on, was approached, and then they did their search and then returned to the presiding officer there, having done their search to say that you are qualified to vote because I have the card. You understand? So I am just saying that,
just for the benefit of our viewers, if they did a search, where would they do the search from? Because the database is what has been put in the register. Yeah. So what is in the register?
Well,
is actually the database which was exhibited,
right,
and which was signed off.
Right.
So if your name was not there, where did they find the name?
That's a question I cannot answer.
Okay.
But the point I want to reiterate is that whatever you have to do to be on the register, I did. Okay? So on the day, my question was that, why is it that I can't find, yes. And then the process was undertaken, back and forth, and then the conclusion was reached. A permission was given that I vote, because I feel that if I was disenfranchised that at the time, just having done everything else to be on the register, somebody was going to have to answer for it, because it's a responsibility of the EC to get that done, and then they took the responsibility.
So maybe that should have happened rather than you going ahead to vote.
No, I didn't. What I'm saying is that I didn't force myself to vote. You understand? I was allowed to vote. So I'm not really sure what the argument is.
So let me just add this. Is Akogan one of your deputies?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay. He says, I just left the Whole West District Office, and 128 people who registered in Whole West last year could not find their names during the voters exhibition exercise. I asked the district elections director what happens then. These were her answers. 1, we must go and find them to re-register. That's 1. 2, they cannot vote if they come on the 7th of December. Then he concludes by saying that Richard has done the re-registration, which is fine, but voting without his name in the register is criminal. Well, that's his conclusion.
I will say no more on this because I'm biased in favor of my co-panelist, who I always appear on this platform with. But my candid advice to him, as a lawyer, is that he should just apologize for, until this, he had not come up in any public matter before, or any scandal, anything having to do with alleged criminality. This is, Richard, if you don't take it, this becomes an albatross on your neck. This is not tidy. Look at what is on the screen. Look. This is.
Is that my handwriting?
No, it's not. Whether it's your handwriting or not. Look. This is not good. This is how his name was written in the register.
The only person whose name is written.
Only person.
Okay.
Because so when he goes there. Yesterday, didn't you see him at the EC office? He went there in Rambo style. The lot of bravado with police vehicles. No. Police vehicles, sirens. Following him.
He walks without.
No. So I was surprised. Yesterday, Rich, even when he comes, he's very simple. He doesn't even use a bodyguard. But yesterday, he went there with pickups full of policemen, and
he went to bully people.
It's not true.
Rich, you yourself.
My MP, just 1 second on that point. My MP took the picture of that and put on her Facebook. It's not true. A picture of vehicle where
are you suggesting that she manufactured the pictures she manufactured the vehicles?
I only went in my car. with my driver.
So those who followed you were not aware of those
follow backs.
That was people who were there, and then
your MP is my big sister.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah. You see, just wait to Ahiagbah. So there were people who were there, and incidentally, when we showed the picture, you saw a national organizer. He was there.
Yeah, I saw the one with him. Exactly. I didn't see vehicles. I saw the one where you were holding a card.
Yes. So
he was like a fugu or something.
Yeah. I think it's a vest I was wearing on.
Okay.
So and then he was there. The regional chairman was there. The regional secretary was there. But they were not there on my account necessarily. They're doing monitoring. So when I got to Ketu South, they were
director of comms is a big position.
Oh no.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
No, the impression he created.
I'm just saying. If I went somewhere today, and there were Metro TV staff at the place. Once they see me, they all come. They all come and want to usher me.
I say that's because you're a big man.
No, so I'm saying even in my small office. So can you imagine?
When I say you're a big man, I say you're small.
Clearly, I'm biased on this issue in favor of Richard. But I just want him. You see, an apology cannot remedy an offense.
You want him to apologize for
what? An apology cannot remedy an offense. Okay, but should
our focus not be on the EC?
No, hold on. No, not at all.
Okay.
If somebody has to be prosecuted in this, those electoral officers who assisted him will only be his abettors who aided him.
But the law is clear.
Yes.
That if somebody's name is not in the register, the person cannot vote.
Yes.
So why
you look at the offense creating statute?
Yes.
It says that a person who votes in an election when he is not entitled.
Yes.
So it is a person, in this case Richard, who will be prosecuted.
Even though he believes he's entitled.
It's not what after he believes he's not a thief. You see, it's not about what you believe or you don't believe.
This whole thing
Rich, let me just conclude. Yes. Let's not drag this. It's not in your interest that we drag this. Look,
that's what
the point I'm making is that, look, an offense has been committed. Yes. You are not in the habit of that. Even in courts, when people offend the law, the lawyers will come and say, this is a first offender. So we are pleading just to make sure that the court is magnanimous, even in exacting punishment and all that.
Right.
And so just say that, maybe I didn't know, even though ignorance of the law is no excuse. But this, that. I think that with hindsight, I could have done the right thing. And you calm down nerves and all that. Okay, but if you come and you say, I think people were just being disruptive and submit this, that. You see, then you force us to go by the law. And if we go by the law, you know that this is not going to be in your interest. So I'm just offering a candid advice. I'm not going to push further.
Nobody like the person you use a fake ID card.
I was being charitable by saying I don't know whether it was fake.
I'll give you a copy of it. The same details.
Charitable.
The same details. The same police station I've been voting at since I was a boy.
Sure. But you see, Doc, let's settle this.
But it's not easy.
No, let me just conclude in 1 minute so that you come in. I just don't want us to encourage a culture where those of us who appear on TV and people whose party are in office, big men like Richard, are treated differently from the ordinary citizens of this country. Because, Doc, on election day, as an ordinary citizen, you can't go to any polling station. They will check your name is not in the register. And then you say,
obviously, if Richard was not
who is
the Richard Ahiagbah, there was no
way they were going to do that. So that is a problem. And you see, those people may think, those EC officers may think that, this is boss. Let's do something for Sukulafia. But they may not know that they are putting the man in trouble. Because this thing, if we all don't help our brother, one day, who knows? If the state decides to pick up this matter, it may become a different matter. So I think that Richard, you're a gentleman. Just look at this in good conscience. Apologize. The lawyers will say, edge yourself. Start edging yourself. So that if anything at all, it goes to mitigate the punishment.
Let's talk about other things. But the truth of the matter is that I don't really get what Sabi is talking about. But let's leave it at that.